This conference will now be recorded.
Um, so now you people are able to hear me. Can anyone respond?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, thank you. I'm just sharing the screen share in offline. So that is the reason it was taking. I hope I'm able to. You are able to see my screen, right? I'm sharing my screen. So quickly to start up today. So here I'll just pop up one image. Maybe this image will help you to understand the overall flow of. One second. So I'm having some issue. So if you don't mind, able
This
to see.
conference will now be recorded.
So whoever for first time, just you people concentrate. If you have any questions, maybe in the next 5-10 minutes, you people can ask any questions if you have. So coming to this image, will make you to understand what is Power BI and where we are going to use it and why should we use it. So such all information. So this is a stream or this is a flow. Overall in your IT career, if you are working with BI, will help you to get the project architecture as well. So what is Power BI means? It's a BI tool which will help to get the overall flow. So BI means business intelligence. What is meant by BI? BI means business intelligence. So what is meant by business intelligence means maybe today every business is in online. You can order food in your Zomato, Swiggy, and you can book some needs from Amazon if the service providers were there, right? So like this, every business is moving into online nowadays. So the whole project is all about with multiple technologies. The front end developers where the customers are using is nothing but your front end applications. Those will be developed based on Java, .NET, any programming languages. So there, those apps you can install in your electronic devices, maybe like mobile, maybe like tab or some laptop, anywhere, and you can utilize them to take the service from the business providers, right? So similarly, I have Amazon is one of the business which I want to take an example for this demonstration. You use Amazon like mobile app, maybe online you go for within laptop from website, anything you do. What do you do? First of all, you do sign up, or else you are a visitor. If you don't do sign up, you are not a customer, you are a visitor, and until unless you register to the business, it will not allow you to purchase a product. So once you sign up, You are going to get your credentials, user ID and password. The same user ID password you are using for the long time that you are going to use, right? It's not like every time you change it, right? The same user ID password means if you are giving a wrong password, will you able to allow into enter into the Amazon e-commerce website if you are giving a wrong password? No. That means Amazon is validating your user ID and password. Where it is validating? It is validating from the data which is stored from OLTP systems. Whenever you register to the business of Amazon, as you get some password and username that is registered in the database as well. The database is called as OLTP, online transaction processing system, which is a real-time technology terminology. Maybe if I ask you, if I say RDBMS, maybe most of you can recognize RDBMS means, because the RDBMS terminology is the learning terminology. So in the work environment, no one will say RDBMS. They will say OLTP. OLTP server is in up or not, they want to check. OLTP data is loaded or not, they want to check. So like that we do terminologies also in the real time. So OLTP is the real time terminology. So what kind of data you are going to see in the OLTP means all the customers information and what purchases they are doing, day to day transactions you will get, right? As you entered into an e-commerce website without any sign up, then you are a general customer. All your information based on your system IP address, those all things will be configured in the, will be storing in general customer table. If you are registering to this Amazon, then your data is going to store into customer table. And once you are purchasing any product, once you are a customer means you purchased some product in that business. So maybe that product might have exchange policy, maybe that product might have return policy. Based on that, if you do some transactions of related to that, that data information will be stored in separate tables. These all information it is maintaining where? It is maintaining in the OLTP system. The product is Amazon is manufacturing it or any other third party is manufacturing? Third party. For example, Samsung mobiles, if you purchase, Samsung is the manufacturing company. If you are purchasing an Apple phone, it's like from Apple manufacturing company. So now these that informations will be stored based on the product category, subcategory of the product details in these tables, and the manufacturer details in the manufacturer table. Now you booked on a product, that information will be taken from the product category to the manufacturer again. So the manufacturer will pack, will make ready that product and pack it, right? And then this information will be provided to the delivery system. The delivery people will take your current address and go and deliver that product. This is all the business happening in the Amazon. This is all happening because of only one database is called as RDBMS database. Means your database is RDBMS is helping you to run the business. It's all automated. Once your manufacturer is ready with the product, the such information will go to this delivery team. The delivery product will, the person will come and pick up that product and take your customer address and go and deliver it. This is all happening through online. Until that customer, the delivery person comes to your place, no, anyone will call you. But how do you know what, where is the product when you are going to deliver it? Tracking system is also online nowadays. These all informations will be stored in a database called OLTP. That's where the business is running. Do you think we regularly run our business, run our life in same way? Means morning wake uping, going to some college and coming back, something we are doing. For suppose if you are a working professional, you will be working and you will go to office, you will come back. Is similar way you do every day? No. Yesterday you were late to the office, then what you will do? Tomorrow I have to go early. What I have to do do early, to go early? Yesterday I woke up at 7 o'clock. Today I'll wake it up at 6 o'clock. Means you are taking your history. Means yesterday is your history, past. Based on that, you are taking decision for today or tomorrow. So this week, anyhow, I was late completely. From next week, I have to go early. So weekend, I'll arrange all the requirements what I have, and from next week, I'll start going to office by wake up in 6 o'clock. So you are taking a decision in your regular lives, right? Not only for this, you'll do for entertainment. Not only for this reaching to the office, you'll take the journey. You have 5 different routes to reach your home to office. You will see every route on particular time period, and next time you will finalize one particular route to go constantly. Means that is the best route. So you are saving. Best route means according to you, when it is saving some amount, some petrol, it is coming for a long duration, then that is your best route. But my best route, whereas I am saving some time, for suppose within one route if I go, it is a short distance and my petrol is also consuming means my more. Maybe my traffic will be free on that route. My petrol might consume more, but I'm saving time. If I'm going with route one, there is like half an hour of time it is going. But if I go route two, 20 minutes of time, 10 minutes I'm saving my time, for suppose. So like that, each and every person they have their own analytics. No one, all the people will say the best time means the best route means only when you save the time. No, some people think that my money should save. Correct or not? Sometimes feedbackers who where the signals when we have very less, then that is the best route. Some people feel right. So like this, there are different people, different mindset, different everything. So accordingly, we take do analysis on the previous data and take history. Right. Similar way, Amazon is offering you for every festival. I hope so. Right. Will give you good offers and Diwali offers, Dasra, Sankranti. So these festivals are every year we are going to see, and there are some products which you get more benefits in the based on seasons also. Summer season, winter season. In summer season, do sweaters will sell more? No. In winter season, yes. And do you think umbrellas will sell more in winter season? Maybe in rainy season, right? So like that, seasonally there is a product. The seasons also will repeat every year. So if they maintain the first 3 years of the business, they can take decisions automatically in the future. Coming correct or not? So that's why we required one more database called data warehouse database to maintain the history. Every business want to grow. Every business want to get profits. If I'm getting 1 lakh of profit from past 5 years, I'm happy. Is it meaningful? No. Year to year, I have to improve my profits. First year, if I'm getting 1 lakh, second year, I have to target for 2 lakhs. And third year, I have to get at least 10,000 more. Something I have to do for that. What I have to do? It's all about your history. You have to analyze your history. Okay, here where I have did the mistake, here where I have to improve, here where I have to take decisions. Accordingly, you will implement those decisions in the future. If they are really correct, according to your analysis, you will get profits. If not, maybe you lose business also. Correct or not? So such way these all need depends on the history. Where that history we are going to maintain in the OLAP system, online analytical processing system. This is another database. So when your business data is storing in OLAP, in OLTP, and your business required history to analyze and take decisions in the OLAP, what is the intermediate between the RDBMS and OLAP means ETL. The ETL people will come into picture to extract the data from RDBMS and load the data into the OLAP systems. Extraction, transformation, and load. So this ETL process is one of the major important and key role to maintain the history. Some business required past 5 years of data. Some business required past 2 years of data. Some business required last 10 years of the data. So these all history should be maintained in the current database. Maybe I'm running my business from past 10 years, but I want only past 2 years of history in the live. So past 2 years means what? 2021 and 2020, as we are in 2022. If I go to 2023, then 2022 data and 2021 data is enough. The 2020 data is not required. So that data need to be removed. Who will do that? ETL. If I want 5 years of data, then so the recent 5 years of history should be maintained by the ETL people. So these all validations checks and all will be done by the ETL, and the ETL people will make sure this data warehouse database should maintain according to the client requirement, either 5 years, 2 years, 1 year, 3 years, any history that will be maintained by ETL people. So the data warehouse database means it's nothing but maintaining. It required for maintaining the history. So now, on top of it, this history data once it loaded, like how does this history data when you load into this whole app, how the data will be represented? It represents in the form of textual only. Maybe it is a database, of course, but it will represent in such a way. So this is one of the business that I am opening the data related to this retail business only. See, if I want to understand my business on such data, I want to know how many countries data I have, how many years of data I have, and how many products I'm selling, and product wise which country is getting more sales, and product wise which country is getting more profits. These all things I want to understand. Is it very simple or is it somewhat difficult? Definitely it is difficult because I have like 4 years of data in this database, in this Excel sheet, which is with 50,000 plus records. So this 50,000 records, if I want to analyze, definitely it is a challenging thing to me. Correct or not? I can do, but it is lot of time taken process, and in some cases I might feel some risky. I may lose my interest. Sometimes because of that concept, maybe my results may not be accurate. Correct or not? Sometimes I leave. Some records will leave, some transactions will leave. Then it automatically results will be wrong. Obviously, when results are wrong, I'll take wrong decisions. Correct or not? So to avoid these all problems, what we are doing, we are converting this textual information which is storing in the form of table like columns and rows. We are maintaining it into the reports. Okay, these reports. So why this whole process is called as BI, business intelligence. The data which is storing in the and at the starting is different formats it can be. I have a small business. Do I require a Oracle license database to maintain? Just if I take a pen and paper is enough. So I have some middle level business. Yeah, maybe I have to use my data in text or Excel sheets or some other. Maybe if really my business is like very huge, I have different branches, I have more number of 1,000 plus employees. Then I have to go for the software to maintain the databases and all. So there are business legends, there are business middle level business and low level business people. So all the range peoples will be there, right? So these all should maintain the data means maybe they maintain in different formats. Maybe in the same business they can be different sources also, because my financial data I want most important, I have to be more keep secured. I got a credit card applications. Do you think credit card applications will be my measure to keep save? No need, because there are, if I store in Excel is enough. But the credit card transactions, it is important because it is all calculated with money. What is the EMI, what is the amount, that outstanding amount that he has to clear, what is the monthly statement he has to generate, these all are secure. These should be maintained in the database. But the customer is applying for a credit card, that can be maintained in Excel. That's not really big deal, right? So such where within the same organization also, based on the like possibilities and based on the requirements importance and everything, the data might store in various sources like text file database or or else Excel sheet or XML, CSV, JSON, anything. So this is called raw data. When you are storing your business data in a different formats, that is called raw data. From that raw data I am making that whole data into one particular layer using what? ETL. On that one layer data I'm generating reports and getting some information on top of it. This whole process is called as BI, getting some information from the raw data. So why Power BI is called as BI means it's purely BI tool because it satisfies all the requirements of the BI environment. What is meant by BI? BI is all about taking the data from a raw stores and integrating into at one place, converting that into the visualizations. This whole process we are getting, right? So from these visualizations we get some information. That information we are using to improve our business. So this whole process is called BI, business intelligence. This whole thing practically I can implement using the component tool called Power BI. That's why Power BI is a BI tool. So practically to show, just I'll show you the tool here. I have a Power BI. So quickly I'll just show you. Yes, Microsoft product. Power BI is Microsoft product. So and that too the Power BI desktop is a free software. for a lifetime, not for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, something like that. For a lifetime, you can develop your visualizations within Power. Then what is the benefit to Microsoft? Correct or not? Microsoft is releasing a product means it has to get some income on top of it. If it is completely free, who will pay? And who will not use also? Everyone can use, right? Whoever have requirement. Then what is benefit to Microsoft? Microsoft will charge on the admin. Means you are building a visualization until unless you share that visualization to the customer, there is no use of building this report. The report you build it, you got the data, you build it the report. That report, if you don't share to the end user, there is no meaningful. You cannot share up until you share it from a Power BI service. So Power BI service is charged, and that too it is very cheap, $10. If you have just $10, you can start your BI environment for one user. So that much cheap again. So that's why the Power BI is very demanded tool in the market nowadays. Of course, you might see that there is no calls today, but from next February we have good number of calls. No need to worry. Power BI alone we don't have for now. We should use ADF or we have to use some other ETL tools which is related to Microsoft so that you have a good number of calls again. So from February we'll have very good number of openings. So we are going for waiting for that February. So this is all the tool. If I want to show you this Power Query editor, which will help you to perform the, one second. I'm just opening the image which I opened earlier. So which is to perform the ETL is nothing but what component? The component name is what? Power Query. It's all about Power Query. So if you see how do we open Power Query means ETL means what? Transformation I said. So we have transform data from the home tab. You can just drop down and open the transform data. Once you open the transform data, you are going to see a new component which is open, that is Power Query Editor. Here where we can perform all the transformations, ETL transformations. Okay, extraction we can do on various sources and storing the data in various formats and data storing in the various storages. It can be cloud storage, it can be on premises, it can be structured, unstructured, semi-structured, any kind of source you can extract. That's where the power of ETL first of all. Later on the ETL components, anything can do this in the concept of E. E stands for extraction, pulling the data from the various sources. That is the power of extraction in the whole ETL concept. And Power Query is one of them. Within Power BI Desktop, the Power Query is integrated with Power BI Desktop. So the get data is a very powerful concept which will help you to pull the data from various sources. And why Power BI means Power BI can extract from on-premises also, cloud services also. Okay, and structured, unstructured, semi-structured. Why other BI tools cannot do this means yes they can do. Then what is the majority on Power Query means? Easy navigation, easy steps you can use. But if Tableau, if you want to do, Java APIs are required to connect to the web data. But Power BI very simple. You can just give that website address and you can. It is a public domain means you can get the data very simple. If it is like private data, you have to get the credentials. That's it. But still, the extraction is very simple in Power BI. So this is the power of extraction. Practically, I'll try to implement in the next session. Okay, and quickly I have to jump into this today's first class. That is the reason. So coming to this, here if you see there are three different tabs. One is model tab, one is data tab, one is report tab. There are two other components which are left apart from the ETL is one is Power Pivot. This is your Power Pivot. So Power Pivot means there is no direct name in Power BI. Direct name Power Query is the direct name. Power Pivot is not the direct name. It's like all the concept we have, the Power Pivot naming we have in Excel, Microsoft Excel. So that, but the similar concepts you can implement using the concept called model tab, data tab. The same concept. That's why The power pivot is not there, but within these two, we can implement the power pivot concept. Next concept is what? Simply Power View, Power BI, Power View. So this is all about report tab, building the visualizations. If you see here, we got like lot of visualizations here. To show some set of information in some different visualizations, we have 36 visualizations within the Power BI tool on the tool. Again, out of it from marketplace, you can bring more. For example, you are very good at Visual Studio. I mean to say like Visual Basic scripts. You are writing a very good Visual Basic script. You can build your own visual, and you can call that here, and you can incorporate. So these all visuals are having their own VB scripts in the backend. Okay, so this is all. As a developer, we have to utilize the Power BI desktop to perform it. But if you go for one more concept is Power BI service, which is an a paid license version, I said, right? So it is also going, we are going to get for 2 months of trial, but you should have the and corporate mail ID, corporate mail ID, not personal mail ID, corporate mail ID. For 2 months you will get free. We can help you on out of it. On top of it, we'll help you to get that provisional corporate mail ID, and you can get for 2 months of access. Generally, the basic license is Pro, which will charge only $10. The premium per user is the next one, $20, whereas the other one, capacity based, which is $4,999. So that is like huge. Means whoever really required such level of configurations, those people, that is high end. So those people can take. But for now, $10 if you have, simply you can just have the setup of BI environment in your organizations. Okay. So this is all about Power BI for now. We are going to cover SQL. When I say Power BI, it is all about Power BI with SQL. I don't see separately those two. And if I say like the supporting skills, I'll support like ADF, SSIS. Of course, in MSBI, we can talk each and every product which is similar to Power BI, but it is on-premises tool and it is like traditional BI tool. So coming to the professional, Power BI is the professional BI tool, where it can be comfortable with the on-premises cloud services, both. Whereas MSBI is only comfortable with the on-premises. Okay, and there are a lot of features along between these two tools even. Okay, so there are a lot of limitations in the on-premises tool, that is traditional BI tools, but there are a lot of features in the professional BA tools like Power BI, Tableau, ClickView. So Tableau's minimum license cost is $70. That is the cheap until the Power BI came into the market. Power BI came with $10. Do you think nearby any BA tool can give less than that? No, definitely no. So that's why we are expecting more life with Power BI in the BI industry. And you know what is meant by BI for now, right? It helps to grow the business. It helps to get more profits. It helps to grow day by day, take decisions and all, right? So then BI is the one, Power BI is the one which will help you in implementing the practicality. So any business want to grow, right? Day to day, the BA industry will grow. It will not come down. For example, like testing. Testing team will have very good future. Means doubt. We are doubted it. But BI every day, day to day, it's growing only. Throughout, I have like 20, 15 years close to my experience. Till date, I did not face any problem on the job hiring, job getting a job. Even if I leave the company, if they ask me to leave anywhere, what happened? I couldn't find, I mean to say, any troubles in getting a job. It's very having good number of openings. All the things, only thing you need to do, you have to update with the skills. If you say only Power BI alone, you'll have some limited resources. If you say that you have surrounding skills like ETL, one pure ETL, which is like ADF or any other ETL tools like Alteryx, if you know something more, so that you will have good demand in the market. Your resume will have good weightage. So this is all for today as a demonstration. I have to continue with the next first session. So what we'll do, we will get the backup session as a recording for today as well. So that is purely typing skill that I'm doing for first class. If you're okay and if you're interested, let them know. They will share you the second today's recording after completion of this. You people can watch that. Okay. See you then. Yeah, you can just talk to them and give some feedback and go. Okay, see you. Yeah, coming to this line online. Yeah. So I hope anyone have new for today for first time. If you are able to follow, you can follow. No worries. Or else you can get the Saikiran, Ayush, and remaining people are like common. Harita, Jyoti, Rajesh. Yeah, you people know what is going on and what I'm going to continue today. So no worries. Quickly, I'll just uh, start up. So coming to this type 2 implementation. In the previous session, we discussed with I said SCD is the concept. I hope Harita, Jyoti, and Rajesh, you people are fine, right? Shall we continue? And from here,
Yeah,
we are going to start up the continue session. Okay, please make it
yeah, we are
notes.
fine.
Yeah, thank you. So coming to this SCD, I said it's like slowly changing dimension. And yesterday I have given one use case saying that I have an organization established in three different cities like Hyderabad, Bangalore, Chennai, so that the people of belongs to Chennai working in Hyderabad, Hyderabad people working in Bangalore, and Bangalore native people are working in Chennai or some other locations, right? So they are irrespective of their locations they are working on. So now what I want to do, because of that they were taking more leaves as per the homesick, but I don't want to stop their leaves, and I'm not stopping them to not to go to their homes or something like that. I'm not ethical in that way, right? So that is the reason I want. But if the employees are going with more leaves, definitely the business is going to affect. I want to overcome that issue now. So if I directly say, okay, the homesick is the problem, so I'll resolve that issue. Whoever working from Hyderabad, work from Hyderabad. Whoever belongs to Hyderabad, work from Hyderabad. Whoever belongs to Bangalore, you people who work from Bangalore. So directly I cannot give them that good offer to work with their locations, hometown locations, because some cases it might be a drawback because there is a whenever you go for a hometown, there will be a lot of friend circle. Maybe then it might be a problem again with a different reason. This home the leaves might increase. Maybe there may be loss of pay or whatever it is. The company will not bother about loss of pay and saving some amount on that employees' leaves. It's all about to get more profits. So in such case, what happen? The people organization want to take a better decision to overcome this problem. So what it decided is, it will ask the each and every employee to work in each location for 1 year. After completion of 1 year, or see, for one employee in each city 1 year, if you work, after completion of 3 years, now this person organization has to take a decision. So on what decision, who is working best in which location, accordingly they want to take a decision. They have to be permanent at that particular place, right? So that's how we are going to, the organization want to take a decision. It doesn't want to take immediately the decision, just simply like that. Okay. So on concept of this, they want to maintain history. So I have an employee ID, employee name, I'll take. So, and one more thing, before going further, I said that we are going to talk about the data warehousing concepts and which we can implement in the data warehouse database. So purely I'm talking about data warehouse database means constructing this database. I said this database is used to construct what? History, to maintain history. How do we maintain history? I'm just talking. And there are three types of SCDs I said, right? SCD type 1, SCD type 2, SCD type 3. So like type 1 means which maintains current record, current records, current data. Type 2 means which maintains current plus historical. Type 3 means which maintains current plus partial history. So which is time, which type is important as to maintain in the data warehouse? Which type is important to maintain in the data warehouse? Type 2, because it maintains current data plus historical complete history. So type 2 is important, right? So to maintain type 2, we have few rules that we have to know. Those all are like, the first rule says, and how do we identify what are the SCD columns? Just this one topic I'll repeat and we will come back. Employee ID, employee name, and employee's surname, and employee's status, martial status, and employee city, and employee's salary, maybe not salary. So these things I'll take for suppose. In any organization, no employee's employee ID will change forever until unless that person comes out of that organization. So this is not an SCD column, means not in a slowly changing dimension. Employee name is also not an SCD column. For every year, the employee names will not change, right? And any in the lifetime also it will not change. So this is not a possible changing column. But employee surname means maybe in case of females, once the marital status is single and they are changing into married, definitely these surnames will change. But it is purely with the surname will change only on the basis of some regional scenarios, not on worldwide. It's not a universal rule, but according to in some regions, if females marriage got happen, the surname will change. So that is like regional rule, not the. So due to some regions, it will be an SCD column. In some regions, it's not be an SCD column. So we can say this is an SCD column for now because we are in India. For example, martial status is single. Yes, it is universal possible changing column. Universally, people do marry. So single to married and married to something something. And next is city. City is also possible changing column. Maybe at my starting of the career, I worked in Hyderabad or Bangalore or Chennai. Later, I moved to some different cities. So identifying the SCD columns is mandatory to implement to maintain the history first. So the SCD columns we first identified, then we came to know which type we have to maintain. Then how do we maintain this type 2 if you know, then that is like first rule says the source primary key should not be a primary key here. The source primary key should not be a primary key here. What is meant by source? What is meant by here? Anyone can think of in the meantime. What is source? What is defining the source keyword? What is defining here the keyword? These two things, if you people
Source
can
might be the
understand.
fact table.
Sorry.
I think source might be
Take
the fact table.
no no. Take some time. No issues. Just recognize or re think of my demonstration. Based on that, you'll get an answer. But in the meantime, I'll just finish up remaining rules, and in time in between you just think of what is meant by source, what is meant by here. I'll just go ahead. Okay. So there should be a no call. There should be a new column as surrogate key. So if anyone want to think of, just think of my demonstration and just think about the answer. So there should be a new column as surrogate key. What is surrogate key and all I'll talk. Next. Again there should be a new column as version. Yeah, whoever
Uh,
having answer, just keep it with you. I'll talk once I complete this.
Sir,
Don't
all
be
these all these rules are related to SCD type 2, sir.
type 2 exactly.
Okay.
Current flag, start date. Maybe today it's not possible to implement these rules to maintain history. I'll implement tomorrow. Tomorrow is weekend actually. Saturday we don't take the sessions, but if everyone is okay, I'll take it up tomorrow. Okay, implementation. We'll see the rules and what are they. Some information I'll pass today. Implementation wise may not be happen because 11:30 I have one more interview actually. So I'll stop once I complete this. Okay. So end date I have. So there is all these are the rules we say to maintain the type to the maintain the history. But as we are learners, I'm saying rules. But in work environment, when you go for an interview with some showcasing experience, you might ask as what are the attributes required to maintain history. You can be asked as what are the attributes required to maintain history. These all called attributes. So anyone got any answer on this part? What is the source and what is here? The source primary key should not be a primary key here means anyone can answer what is meant by source, what is meant by here. And my clue is I'll just show you this image. That's it. Yeah, Harita, you are saying something, I guess, right? Earlier.
I
Anyone?
feel source might be fact table and dimension table. Here means dimension
No,
table.
no, no. I'm sorry. It's not. Uh,
Sir,
but
I thought source is a OLTP table, that means raw data.
okay.
Here
Here,
means that OLAP, that means data warehouse database.
you know, is this exactly Jyoti, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Uh, yeah, yeah. So that is correct. Actually, OLTP data is the source. Actually, the source primary key means. So primary key means which acts. Yeah, correct. Exactly. The source is OLTP system. From source itself, we are getting the data. So it is OLTP, and here means OLAP, Online Analytical Processing System. Means because which is in the day-to-day data, the current data in the OLTP that we are taking pulling into OLAP, so that the history should be maintained here. See, the employees information will be here, but that data we are trying to pull into the OLAP. So that's where the source primary key means the OLTP primary key columns which are there, those should not be maintained as a primary key again in the OLAP system. Why I'll tell you? Because I said the history we are maintaining. If I am saying the history of employee ID 101 employee, if I say primary key, what is meant by primary key? If you know, then you can more convenient to understand. Primary key means, can you think in any organization, any employee ID once given to one employee means that same employee ID can be given to any other employee again? No, means it should not be a duplicacy. Correct? Means once one employee is identified with one employee number, again that employee should not have that number again. No other employee should not have that employee ID. Means that employee ID should not get repeated. That is making sure to be unique. That is one condition. Second thing, no employee ID, no employee cannot work with an employee ID. No employee cannot work with the employee ID. So that is the second condition. These two conditions, if any column need to be worked or identified, means we have to define primary key on top of it. So when you define primary key on top of it, it will not make sure to allow you get the duplicates and make sure to not to get nulls. This is the OLTP concept. So whereas in the data warehouse I want to maintain history. If I want to maintain history of employee ID 101, 101 will repeat again. In such case, primary key will not allow to maintain a duplicacy. That's why, but in the source, in the OLTP system, employee ID will be a primary key again. Because with employee ID only, the whole customer ID in the banking sector, customer ID only, everything will be defining. So that should be unique. That's why primary key will be defined as IDs in the OLTP. Those things should not be maintained as unique keys in the OLAP system. Then how do we identify, how do we maintain a unique data means based on the history also using surrogate key. That's why there is a surrogate key column required. What is current flag? Which is history record, which is current record. To know that we require current flag. Start date means nothing but effective timestamp. Normally, if you go to any organization, any business, anywhere, you will have the manufacturer date on the products, you will have expiry date, right? Every object or like everything will have start date, end date, date of birth, date of death. Even a human also is having the same start date and end date. So maintaining of any product of maintaining start and end date is also very important to maintain the history. So when you define that, current flag will tell you which is historical record, which is the current record. On top of it, version will tell you how many history you maintain, means how many changes happened in your life, how many changes happened to this employee, how many cities he changed, and where he worked how. So version will tell you what number of changes you done. So this is all about like maintaining history with the type 2. To be honest, I will not enough time to implement practically. Practically means within the paint itself. But tomorrow I'll do that on clear. So if you can understand this part, the next part, which I do, definitely you'll get good understanding on dimensions and measures. Okay. So for now, I just stop here. I'll stop here because maybe tomorrow we'll let you know tomorrow if we have session, because generally usually Saturdays we don't take, but still uh, as we have in middle means till Friday, if you I mean Monday, if you want to wait again, we will miss out these sessions, I guess, these topics understanding. So what I'll do, as we are in starting, there is no assignment to provide you for today, for this week. So that is the reason what I'll do, I'll take it up session tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow we'll have, and we'll see how do we implement and how do we maintain type 2 and using type 2, and what are the rules we have type 3 and type 1, how do we maintain these all things we'll talk, and we will close I mean tomorrow. Okay, so here I'll stop for now. Anyone have any questions you people can ask?